All right.
Hey, there you are. RE Builders.
There you are.
There you are.
Oh, there you are. You've been sitting there for how long?
Oh, like 95 seconds, 2 minutes, probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
Well, I was ready.
You were?
Oh, yeah, I was ready. It's been a hot minute. We need to get back on the bandwagon.
It's been a while. And speaking of hot, it's a heat wave.
I want to die.
It's brutal.
It is brutal. Did you work outside today?
Off and on, just brutal.
Yeah. We got home from the beach and immediately Darren wanted to rent five large excavators and start working outside. The hottest day that we've had so far, I think it was 110. And we worked outside all day.
We're getting
Just
responses.
vomiting sounds from over here. It's fine.
I
Ah,
guess
Puke.
we have a guest. She's responding.
FYI, we have a guest.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're
I've
fine.
chimed in.
We're gonna relax. We're gonna chill.
Not nervous at all.
No, she's ready to rock and roll.
Ready to rock. She
Yeah.
actually has a cool job that she does. Well, I hope it's cool, or
It better, it better be cool.
it better be cool.
It better be cool.
Well, our guest is Erin James.
Hello.
Erin, please join us.
Erin, turn on your camera.
Oh, okay.
Erin, get your camera on.
Here I
There
am.
you are.
Oh my God. There's our queen. There, she's
Oh,
beauty, she's grace, she's Miss United States.
everything you wished it could be right now. Fun in the city. It's fine.
Erin, where are
I
you
am
at?
looking well. I am doing well. Everything is good.
Thriving. I am a little bit north of Charlotte in a town called Mooresville, North Carolina.
Mooresville, North Carolina. Cool. And how do you know Melissa?
Oof.
How does anyone know Melissa?
We go
Right?
way back. I think I met you when I was like 16.
Yeah. Darren's cousin was married to her sister at one time.
Okay.
And
Well,
so
almost related.
yeah, so like kind of related.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
related,
like
actually.
And we're
family.
like, we're kind of like still related, I guess.
So,
Still hanging strong related.
exactly. Very strongly.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Erin's awesome. I've known her since she was a little teenager girl, just bippiting, boppiting around. She
Yes.
plays piano. She's a woman of all types of trades.
Nice.
Oh
Fabulous.
yeah.
So, what is it that you do for work? Let me get this correct. Nervous system coach. No, somatic nervous system coach.
Yes.
Big
So
words.
Big
it
words.
it's got a lot of different moving parts, and sometimes I struggle to explain it because there's so many different parts. I started as a massage therapist, and I've been practicing that for like over 19 years. So I'm coming up on the front porch of 20 years. And I think right during COVID, or maybe like right before COVID, I started having a lot of really weird, crippling anxiety to where I was like, am I dying? I couldn't tell. Actually, I went to the doctor because I thought I was like narcoleptic because I kept falling, like passing out, falling asleep. I was like, something is obviously wrong with me.
Weird.
Yeah. Um, and I
Yeah.
was just like struggling with really bad anxiety and exhaustion, and I didn't have any answers, and nothing seemed to make sense, and nobody had good answers. They were like, take these salt pills. Obviously, you have low blood pressure. You're dehydrated. Like there was just, it was
You're
trash.
dehydrated is my favorite.
Yeah.
You need to drink more water.
Take a sip, sis. Just, you'll
So
be
you were
fine.
feeling, you were getting this anxiety, but you weren't getting really good answers as to how to deal with it. Were you looking mostly like natural, or were you also just like trying like standard medicine, or are you always going to kind of do you lean towards natural anyways?
So growing up, my mom was like the vitamin queen. I would just had like a vitamin for every hour of the day. But
Natty girl, totally natty.
Yeah, natty
We're
girl.
going straight natural over here.
Exactly. I tried medicine. It worked for a little bit. And then at this point, whenever I like started to try to figure stuff out, I was on like the highest dose of whatever it was. And I was like, hey, I still feel like I'm dying. And I was like, maybe I'll die. It was fine. Like it just got to the point where I didn't know what else to do. And there wasn't really like I
Mhm.
was in therapy, I was doing all these things. Nothing was like providing.
Causing good results.
Right. And so it was just kind of born out of that. I went and got craniosacral therapy done, and that was kind of like the first part to where I was like, oh, you can re-experience like pain patterns in your body and emotions in your body getting this type of work just because it helps the nervous system to feel really safe. And that I was like, what's happening?
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
it was kind of born out of that. But yeah, I teach people how to process through nervous system dysregulation, and I teach them how to connect back into their body. And that's like my little side gig
Yeah.
from massage. It's I
Like
do.
born out of massage, kind of.
Right. I saw a lot of people coming in with, trauma patterns and seeing things on the table and being able to feel in the body how things felt. So it's kind of both when I do
Hmm.
massage, but then I also just have like nervous system somatic coaching on the side.
Hmm.
Did you was it like did you know about craniosacral? Like you were like maybe this will work, or did you like was it like a last ditch thing? Did you know what you're getting into, or did you like go into it not sure how it was going to work, and then all of a sudden it like opened up your mind to something new?
When I got it, I loved it, and it was at the suggestion of one of my friends who is also she is a craniosacral therapist, a sister out in somewhere in North Carolina. My brain is gone toward Winston. Um, but nobody could really explain to me why things were the way they were, why things happened this way, why X, Y, and Z was happening when I experienced trauma. So I felt like really irritated that there wasn't just like one place where I could find this information because now knowing it, it's like everybody needs to know this information. This is
Hmm.
every
Hmm.
person on the earth has a nervous system, and these are things that happen to every single nervous system. This makes sense, and you don't actually have to be afraid. It's here to help you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Would you have
Now,
said, oh, go ahead.
can you describe,
Simmer down, y'all, one at a time.
guys? Let's not get me going too crazy.
Let's not bombard her.
I'll have to pause us and do an exercise, okay?
I'll have to tune in
Yeah.
a minute if you guys don't calm down.
You'll tune back in. A word from our sponsor.
We're gonna have to tune in, guys. Okay, you guys are raging. No, I was gonna say I feel like a lot of people don't know what the first thing was. The cranial sacral. What did you say it was? Like they
Cranial.
don't have any idea what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you
what
can,
is that?
yeah.
It is an extremely gentle touch type of work. I don't think it's necessarily classified as like massage or body work, but it's very gentle. It's important that the body feels really safe. And it basically allows the body to lift the pressure off of the nerves that are running through the area. So you have cranial,
Mm.
all the nerves that are running through. And when you have tension in the area, it will press on those and it can be a part of like pain patterns and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So kind of a releasing of pressure
Yeah.
on something
Right.
that's causing either physical pain or mental pain or both.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
So you're getting them to relax, and then, for lack of better words, poking around until you catch something, or do you know where to Are you just like here? How about here?
And what about here?
What
Yeah,
about here?
Jake's decided that he might look into it. He's like, I think I got it. I think I
This
can
is
do
I
this.
called
can do
he's
this.
signing up. Um, so this is like the craniosacral was really just what got me started, but it really does. Like I'll ask people, what are your trauma responses like? So if you tell me that, your heart races a lot, you have stomach upset, or you tend to have like your shoulders feel really tight or your throat closes up, whatever, any of those things, I'll do holds in those specific areas. So it allows the body to feel seen and held, which I know probably sounds like I might be a lunatic, and you're probably right. But it's so
I don't
important.
feel like it does.
Literally,
I feel like it doesn't sound crazy.
quite
If I
literally.
if I wasn't married to Chelsea, I would think you're crazy.
Come and I will hold you. And
Chelsea's like, I would like to be held. And Jake's like, please don't touch me. Thank you very much.
he's a lover first.
Make
Yeah.
me feel
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, so you did have some a moment or like emotion from doing that, having that happen to you personally, then going into like the body work and like all those things. So like how did that all happen? The transition, if you will.
Right. So it was honestly a lot of research
Hmm.
because I found it hard to find all the information in one spot. There's
Oh
so
yeah.
many. I'm now, it's called Neurofit. So I'm a certified nervous system coach or trainer or whatever you want to call
Oh.
it. So I give people specific exercises because it was like, yeah, I can see all this stuff happening in the body. Like if you are in a situation where you feel a lot of anxiety and you feel like, I need to run, I need to fight, whatever, what do I do with that?
Mm,
So it's kind of like seeing that on the table and then bringing it into that piece. Like, okay, now what do I tell the people to do after that?
mm.
I don't have a way to go. So now that was just like the next logical step to be able to give them exercises and explain it to them,
Oh.
help them connect in.
Gotcha.
Okay. I was curious because I feel like it's one thing to find out something about somebody and be like, I know what's going on with you now, right? Like you're like, okay, we got it. So you're like, okay, yes, the trauma is in the shoulders. Have a good day. Bye bye now. Bye bye.
Mhm.
It
Now
was
you know.
lovely having you.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
now you know.
Now you know. Bye bye.
now
Take
you
it for
know.
what you
Not more.
will. Right. So it's like, how do you, tell people, not really like tell them, but I guess help them process the fact I found out what's happening. You don't have to be stuck in this rotation or process of like trauma response. How do you like convince these people? Are they pretty desperate? Or would you say there is like a thing where you're like, this is what you're going to have to do, like to get through this? Does it take a minute for people to get that?
I would say the people that are ready to do it are going to be the ones that are
Okay.
coming and doing it. I mean,
Yeah.
one of the first things that I learned dealing with all of this, you can't force anybody to do anything. You can't
Yeah.
force them to see what's right in front of them if they don't want to see it and if they're not ready to see it.
Right.
Um, can I tell you something really cool about the nervous system?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We want all the details.
okay, I just geek out about this part a lot. It's so cool.
We love it.
Yeah. So in your nervous system, you're making different pathways every day, and this is why we have constant reminders for things because until we're ready to learn it, we literally can't. So
Awesome.
until you have learned enough information here and you've made enough pathways, until you make that like final aha moment, you're not going to get it.
Okay.
So I have to meet people where they're at when they come to me. Like, I can't just have somebody come in and be like, let's explore your trauma today. Like, I have to hold their hand and see, like, where are you now? Until
Okay.
their brain has made enough connections to this information in their body that they can have this like deep understanding, and that's when things can change.
Okay. So when you were doing this thing,
Yeah,
Jake, let me know if you have a question.
yeah.
When you're doing this,
You filled with them. This is great.
you are literally you're helping them. What, give me an example of what where someone might be down here where you're like, we gotta get in this. And
I have
they're
a
like,
question. I have a question around that.
yeah,
Okay.
Is it always someone being like, I have trauma, help me get it? Or are you like giving someone a massage and you're like, you have trauma? And then they have to be like, no, I don't. And then you got, or like they have to be like, okay, I do. Like, do you see it before they see it? Or is it usually them seeing it and then coming to you to help them deal with it?
and
Right.
this is hypothetical. Jake
Yeah.
has
Hypothetically,
never had
let's say,
like, what if
Typically, I wouldn't be like, "You've got trauma." Like, I just would. It just would not.
yeah.
I
she would use a
ethically
little more
terrible.
juice?
You're holding some stuff in those hips. You know what I mean? Um, there's certain ways that the body responds and reacts to certain things that, I can share. This is what's common with. So that's, and honestly, I'm not just like going to them off the street. I would have somebody say like, "Hey, I'm interested in trauma work," or "Why am I
Okay.
feeling so bad all the time?" And I,
Okay.
well, your body seems to be pretty much in a freeze response. Like I can tell
Oh,
just from doing it for a long time.
see, I thought you were going to say your body is in a fight or flight response,
Oh, that too, for sure.
but there's also freeze.
Oh, yes. It's like the
Can
tip.
you explain?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
fighter, yes, allow me. I
Yeah.
would love. Okay. So, I am specifically passionate about the freeze response because I felt like I have been in it for a really long time and it was really like baffling to me. I just could not understand what this meant. And it looks a lot like procrastination. Like you're sitting, you have very low motivation, it's hard to get stuff done, but you're like super, super anxious behind all of it, right?
Hmm.
Maybe you're sitting on the couch and someone's like, "Stop being lazy." But like you're not trying to be lazy, you just physically cannot make yourself get up.
Hmm.
So, what the body does to itself to protect itself is that when there is intense, overwhelming stress, it will basically freeze your system. I mean, it's a literal freeze. When I
Okay.
have people come in that are in freeze, their fascia and their body feels hard like armor.
Oh,
Like so, so tense, like ugh.
yeah.
Um, and coming out of that, you can be sore and tired. It's really cool. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so that's the freeze one, and I can tell you how to come out of it if you want at some later time.
Yes. Yes. We would enjoy. We
Yeah,
would need. We need.
we all do.
Do we all need it? Would you say most people do need it though?
I would say most are in freeze. Just we're in like
Okay.
a functional freeze.
So when you said
Functional.
that you were having like a narcoleptic type response, is that kind of like a freeze? Your body's just shutting down, or is that separate, would you say, than the freeze?
It is like it's going from freeze to shutdown. So if like you're exhausted, shutdown is where you start passing out.
So you were past
Or
the freeze.
yeah,
You were
I was
frozen.
past it. I went through a really, really intensely terrible divorce and post nonsense.
Right.
And I just started like not being able to stand up without being extremely dizzy and lightheaded and just I couldn't keep my eyes open. It was really weird. And then like yeah, it just so that's collapse. And a lot of people have that.
Okay.
It also looked like depression though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But there are, like I said, there's exercises that can help support you through
Hmm.
through
Okay.
the different responses that your body has, which is really great because, you know, typically it's like take medicine and like get over it.
Yeah.
Or as Jake said, stop being anxious. I was like, I'm healed.
just,
Stop being
just
anxious.
I'm
stop.
healed. Just
I just
stop it.
don't do it anymore. You got this.
Good. You're
Yeah,
good.
I'm healed. Let's see. And then fight or flight is where you would be in a situation like say somebody says something that triggers you and you have a tendency to be really defensive and argumentative. You feel like you're always being like your opinion doesn't matter and you have to be louder and all this stuff. That would be
Mm.
fight.
Oh,
And then flight would be avoidance. Like if you're not wanting to talk about things, you really shut down emotionally.
mm-hmm.
You quite literally feel like you want to run away. Like, I need to get out of here.
Okay.
Do you,
Interesting.
so you're getting them comfortable, but then are you triggering them? Like, do you have to deal with someone? Are you like making it
Deliberately triggering them.
Oh
deliberately
no.
triggering them, or you're just here, like how do you work those areas based on like explain that, I guess.
So you really have to tippy toe into it because if somebody's body is in a trauma response, their body feels like it needs to be there. So if I try to like coerce your body out of it, it is going to panic, basically.
Oh,
You're going to be like flooded with terror and it's going to be bad. Like your body will feel that response
okay.
overwhelmingly and then like we're going to have to go to the mental hospital. Like we're not doing that.
And then we're going to actually call 911.
Yes, on standby.
Stand
So
by.
It's like, hey, this is Erin. I got another one.
again, we've done it
It's
again.
I
me.
did it. I did it again. It's me.
Exciting.
I'm the problem.
It's super important to create
Oops.
safety for that
Yeah.
person so that they
Yeah.
can visit that stuff because often when we have these trauma responses, it takes over your whole body. Like if you ever think of a time when you were genuinely scared, you felt it in your whole body.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
Yeah.
just like my arm tingled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Safe. It's like
Yeah.
it is a
You
systemic,
get like very flushed, lightheaded, like, oh my God, what's happening? Yeah.
Mm,
right? So it's about tippy toeing and creating safety and what does safety actually look like for me?
Okay. So
gotcha.
each person's safety would be different than another person's because
Yes.
obviously it's not like one thing fits all. You're kind of curtailing, you're making it very personalized to each person, basically.
It has
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have to be. Yeah. How interesting. Do you feel like you've had cases where you felt really good about like what you did and the person was like, I feel amazing? And then there's other people that you've like seen that they're like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you actually hate it a little bit,
Yeah.
but it feels so good afterwards that you're like, this
Okay.
is you start running toward it
Okay.
because you know that on the other side of what's really, really hard is freedom.
Okay.
Which is
Okay. Gotcha.
like that's so like cliche sounding. I hate it, but it truly is. Like
Well, I mean, it's
this
probably
is your limit. This is it. That's your limit. And then once we give you new pathways, then you are free.
Oh, there it goes. All right.
Yeah.
okay. So where I was gonna say, what does that look like to be like trying to get somebody? You may have said it already, but I didn't understand it. What does it look like to have someone come in? You see they're here. How do you get them even to here where you're like, we're gonna make changes? Like that
So,
seems so hard.
so much patience.
Oh,
Um,
and we
so
need
much.
patience and patience.
Yeah.
Like it can
Um,
take years or just takes months. Or,
I wouldn't say it's years. I mean, I would say to your question, Jake, the hardest people that I've had to work with, or maybe it was you, Melissa, I don't know, would be people who tend to dissociate.
mm,
Oh, okay, okay,
Somebody who, like really, they're just numb all the time. They have
okay.
a hard time with any imagery that you're asking for them. You're like, where do you feel this sensation? They're like, what sensation? I am
Oh no.
inside
And you're
blank.
like, so you're you're dead inside.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing there for us to go to.
Oh, okay. So that would be hard though. But
Yeah,
it would be really hard. You're like, I'm creating a sensation. Where do you feel it? And they're like, what sensation?
right. So
Like,
what
okay, so you actually don't know what that means. Oh,
Yeah. So it's
Mhm.
some for some people it really is like just dipping your toe in to kind of figure it out. And then for those people I'll be like, when you feel really, really angry, how do you know? Like
okay.
what's your body telling you that you're angry? So it kind of starts just there. And we just have to work with that for a few weeks and then you can move further, you know.
I'm trying to think of how I would answer that question.
Yeah.
How do you feel? So, how do you feel when you feel really angry? You said,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Jake's like, I'm really
Jake,
angry
what
right
does
now.
your anger look like?
Jake, what does your anger look like? You need to harness it and
What does
tell
my
Erin
anger look
now,
like? Like when I'm angry, what does it look like?
or
Yeah.
feel
Body. What does it feel like? How do you know?
like I'm this mad.
Yeah.
It's kind of that. I'm like, I'm mad. Like I
Is
don't,
that how you do it?
well, I don't outburst. I'm not violent. I'm not a big yeller. So I think I'm just like, I think, I think I'm mad. And then you're mad, but it's like, it's not like, I don't know. I don't know what it feels like. It's just like,
So we've got a disassociator on our
you're
hands.
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I am totally. But it's like, yeah, I'm just like, I think I'm mad, but then it's like, do I have the right to be mad? That then I go through that whole thing. So
Huh.
it's rarely like, even when I'm like really feel justified, it takes me hours to be like, no, yeah, I'm mad at that. I'm mad at that person.
Okay,
It's
Jake,
not
I know.
like I don't burst out on, like, I don't
Yeah.
scream, I don't punch holes in walls or anything. I just kind of get like,
Mad.
yeah, it's like I have to tell myself it's like that I have to like talk myself through even that I am mad or can be mad about something. And then Chelsea
Erin.
will be like, yeah, you can be mad about that. Like that's annoying or something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Erin.
Let me interject.
She's like, we're gonna need part two.
She's like,
Uh,
turn this thing off,
She's like,
and
get
I need to
session.
talk to you
boil,
privately.
boil some water. We need to make some tea and get into put the stove on.
So, two really important parts of the nervous system somatic work that I do with people and in trauma healing is part one is validation. So, what validation does not mean is that you are correct. Validation does not mean you're correct in your actions or whatever. What validation for this means is that these are the experiences my body is having, and it makes sense for my body to be having this experience based on the things that I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're sitting there saying, like, I have to think about, like, do I have a right to be mad? Based on whatever has happened in your life, whatever you have personally been through, it makes sense that I'm having these sensations. So that's like one of the most important things. And then the second part would be, um, gosh, I'm trying to think.
Like you're acknowledging the feeling. Not you're not saying you're right in feeling that way. You're just saying that's how you're feeling, basically.
Right. And then
Acknowledging the actual feeling itself, not whether it's right or wrong.
yeah, 10 points.
Okay.
He's graduated.
All right.
And the second part is whenever I teach people the exercise to do to process through whatever emotion it is, we separate the story that you're telling yourself about it. Because what I don't want you to do is have a violent hatred for somebody and you're really angry and you're like, I have a right to be angry. And then you go do this like anger exercise where you're like just
Pissed.
making this connection stronger and then you kill them. Like I
So is there a danger in that you accidentally direct someone the wrong way, or like you're going in the right direction, but they're hearing something else, and then all of a sudden they're like, "You're right, I should kill that person," and you're like, "No, that's
yeah,
not
we
what
don't
I."
want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's super important. We take the story out of it. We're just doing the exercise to basically finish out the trauma loop that's running in your body.
Hmm.
Trauma loop.
Yeah, if you experience some trauma, something that's too hard for your body to handle at the time, it tries to run through the emotion. And when it can't get all the way through, it gets stuck here. And so every time you like smell the air and it's the same, or the breeze hits you the wrong way, or somebody gives you an eye, it reruns this trauma pattern.
Mm.
So until you can feel that again safely, it can't
And
heal.
then work through it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jakey?
No, that makes sense.
Jake's like, I think I could like probably do this now. Like, what's the exercise? Let's do it.
Jake says it makes sense that I feel angry, actually.
Yeah.
I'm mad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm freaking pissed.
Okay, I'm trying to think of more questions around this. So, do you
Okay. While you're thinking. So, what would be,
wait, I'm mad. That made me no.
wait, Jake's ticked.
Oh man, now I'm ticked.
Now he's really mad.
He knows. He's writing it down in his journal, which he started
Yeah.
just.
No, he's starting
No,
a
this
journal
this
now.
turned to Melissa trying to diagnose me, and now I'm trying to change the subject to something.
Remember, I can't diagnose anybody.
Right. There's no diagnosis.
Hear that, Melissa?
Melissa, stop it. You're making me mad.
I think. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
It's boiling in
I'll
his
ask Erin later if I'm mad about it. I don't know.
Hit me up.
That's
Okay. But anyway, so you did, I'm just going through the things. So you did the massage, then you were having your own things happen. You went from that into the body work, which is also the, what was the third thing? Those are similar, or you
It
have a
was,
lot of amazing titles that I'd really like to zone in on.
yeah. It was the
Yeah.
classic work. Yeah.
That okay. Yeah, and also we're not making fun of you saying that. That's something that Jake says all the time. He will,
what?
I'll be like in the middle of a sentence and he'll be like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like I can tell he's not paying attention.
No,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
and Chelsea and I always laugh about it. We're like, yeah,
the best is
yeah.
I'll edit the pod later and she'll make a joke and I'm not listening and I'll go, yeah. And she's like waiting for me to acknowledge her joke. And
I'm like, that's rude. So that was
Yeah.
rude. That was stellar stuff I had going on.
She brought her A game and I'm just like the
He
worst.
doesn't even care.
The worst
Erin,
audience.
I'm mad about it.
Unseen.
I
know
feel
it.
unseen. I feel unheard. And I'm pissed about my jokes.
Exactly. I care about your jokes, Melissa.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone on this thing finally sees me. Okay, so
yeah. Go ahead.
okay, do you want to go ahead or can I finish what I was
No,
saying?
no. Yeah.
Okay. So we're not trying to diagnose Jake. However, just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Okay,
One
so
more question on that one.
one more question about Jake. No. So the somatic coach practitioner, myofascial massage, and body worker. Okay, so somatic coach, that would be the part where you are telling somebody, do this exercise to get out of that freeze zone, right? Or is that the body work part?
So this it's somatic and nervous system coach.
Okay, okay.
So they're kind of together. I took separate courses. The nervous system stuff is also somatic, but I had to learn how to guide people in understanding sensations first.
Okay.
And then I did the nervous system stuff. But the massage stuff is like
Yeah.
literally been doing that since I was born.
Since you were like 12.
Youth. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then the body work, is that in massage? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a massage. Okay. So it's if someone were to come and see you, give us the play by play of what would happen if someone thought like, I'm gonna get a massage, or would they come to you knowing like, I think I'm gonna go get a massage, but also I
That's
may be dealing with something.
so I do have it on my website that I specialize with like trauma and somatic stuff.
Oh, okay.
Um, and so generally people will come to me with that kind of in mind. They don't always
Okay.
know, like they're not
Yeah.
always searching for that. And sometimes it's like I have to remember that not everybody wants that.
Okay. Because like you said earlier, you might even give someone a massage and be like, oh,
Right.
and the truth of it is,
And some of it's
you're
none of it.
not well.
And they're
Yeah.
like, I just want a massage. And you're like, I think maybe you should. And they're like, I just want a massage. And you're
They
like,
come back.
okay,
I guess we'll go for it.
guess we'll just do that.
And it's interesting too, like when people come in who are super ready to do that type of work, they will have like more experiences on the table as opposed to somebody who is like super disconnected, is just there to get a massage, which is fine. But
Yeah.
like I'm pretty much doing the same stuff either way. It's how far you are in your body, basically,
Oh,
as to
okay.
how
Okay.
you're going to respond to it.
Can you kind of
It's
like,
how far you are in here.
yeah,
Yeah. If we're here, we're not here.
not in like a deceiving way,
Okay.
but can you kind of work it without them knowing, sort of? Or is that like kind of dishonest? Or is it kind of,
Oh, I mean, they know the type of, I explain the type of body work that I do. And so I will do what I'm doing no matter what. And it's if they're ready, then they will have experiences on the table where they're like, I re-experienced this pain, or like my body felt insanely afraid, which is
Oh,
so
hmm,
cool and like a little scary, but like that your body can replay it is so cool.
hmm,
yeah.
But even
Yeah.
like, it's so cool.
Because then you know, right? Like, then you're like, no, we're actually getting somewhere.
Right.
Like, I'm going to help you because we're doing this right now.
Right.
I'm imagining you being like massaging and be like, when I was 12, I went to Disneyland. What happened to you when you were 12?
What happened at 12?
What happened to
They're like, what?
12?
Feels
Anything
like you were
odd?
Anything odd?
Feels like you were in a cult from 12 to 14. Am I reading that wrong? Is
So
that something that we're not feeling?
Yeah.
Are we not?
how about here?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
Erin's just like trying to find cult leaders. Like
yeah,
it's like an underground FBI agent.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
the myofascial part, is that part of all that, or is myofascial actually like your face, like facial? Is that a bad? Is that a dumb question?
No questions are dumb.
Thank
No
you.
questions. She will never trigger
That's the
you.
that's the name of the episode. No questions are dumb.
Right? Perfect. I love that.
So myofascial bodywork,
Myofascial, sorry, not myofascial.
Jake
people
actually
say it like
called
that.
it my face
It is.
work. My
Some people do
face.
call it facial, myofascial though. So whatever. I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
But it's a very specific type of work that it's super, super slow, and it's basically going only as deep as your body can handle. And it's what you would imagine like a good deep tissue massage would feel like because it's slow and it's hitting it's like a full-bodied wine. I would
Mm.
Full,
describe it in that way.
like a nice cab.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's delicious.
Gotcha.
And it just feels, your body feels safe enough with how slow it is. And I'm not going
Oh.
anywhere that like I'm quiet enough to where I can say, okay, I have to move this way because that's where the body is softening.
Mm.
Oh.
It is
I can't even imagine like knowing the body that well.
it's
Like
cool.
I'm literally like, I'll give Darren a neck massage and I'll be like, and he's like, oh yeah, that feels good. I'm like, oh yeah,
Oh yeah, the
that's
time.
it. Like that's just it's so pathetic. It's like I can't even imagine what would happen to Darren's psyche if Erin was like, we're gonna actually do a real massage. He might crumble. He might just fall apart. I don't know. He
But
probably needs to come to the Carolinas.
he might. Interestingly, after getting doing the myofascial work, the next part of like healing from the guy who invented it is Pilates. I know you just got
Mm,
certified in that, which is
full circle.
Full circle. Jake, we tricked you. We're changing the whole pod to Pilates and body work.
yes,
What,
Boop, 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 boop,
what
boop,
was
boop.
his name? Like Johnny Pilati or something like that?
that's Johnny Bravo.
Johnny.
Okay, but where what were you saying? You were talking
Oh,
about
that it's Pilates is a very much a mind body exercise. So it's focusing on connecting in from the mind to the muscles.
yeah,
So it's really like, okay, yeah, my back is hurting, but now I have to connect into that part of me because it's obviously something is amiss.
Hmm.
right, right. How interesting. I love that.
I
It
know.
really is a fascinating, I mean, we know this because of how we're created, but the body and the mind truly are incredible
Right.
thing. I mean, there's just these units that can do so much that we don't even know,
Right.
which is kind of sad that we don't know. Like you can heal yourself if you just connect with it and allow it to do what your body, like with the Wim Hof guy, right? Let the
Hmm.
body do what the body was born to do. Like he says that the whole time you're breathing, and it always makes me laugh.
Do you
It's
listen
like,
to him
wow.
when you do the breathing?
Yeah,
I found one on Spotify, but I don't really like it very much. Do you have like a good
I do the YouTube one,
Oh, okay.
and that's but like in
Can
that
you
part's
send that
just
to
funny
me?
to me. Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I'll send you that, and I'll send you Aaron's website.
I just
He-
read his book, so
Oh, you
Hi.
did?
The Wim Hof Method. Oh, what do you got to say?
Oh, sorry. I
We'll get
just
back to you, Aaron. Me and Melissa are talking right now.
Uh, I actually am wrapping a, I just finished writing an ebook, but I'm like trying to like I've worked
Are
in
you
accounting for
serious?
the past 20 years, so working on the computer has been a challenge.
Oh, that is so exciting. Are
So
you
where are
serious?
you? Yeah, where are you at with this book?
Basically, it's tr like I have to finish the table of contents. Like I have to link all the pages and then I have to, if I want to sell it on Amazon, it has to be like in a different format. So I have to like copy and paste things differently. But I have like the PDF version that I can.
I mean, that is such a huge accomplishment. Oh my gosh.
I nearly died. Not really, but it's just so much.
Does it is it like a method book or is it just a um
Like your life and a method.
Not my life.
Never my life.
None of that. That's traumatic for everyone to read.
People
Um,
are coming in. It's a trick. You make them read your book, they're traumatized. Then they come in.
Absolutely. They're like, this is a nightmare. What you're about to.
So I feel like I'm hurting inside.
Yeah. Oh my God.
the forward is just like this is a nightmare. Buckle up. It's gonna get worse before it gets better.
I'm sorry to hear.
Actually, have Jake write the forward. He
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
like he's
Oh,
got
can I
it
write the
locked
forward?
down.
Please.
It's gonna get worse before it gets better. All
It
those like
will.
terms.
100%. The
Okay,
first,
so well, we're gonna need to plug the book, so get it ready.
I'm terrified. The
Terrifying.
first part is, I'll just work through that fear after this. Um, the first part is the nervous system. So it's like learning about the nervous system. The second part is like what is somatics? What does that mean? And like how to heal with somatics. And then the third part is what does this look like in my real life? Like, am
I
I
like it.
a freeze response? How do I work through that? What does that look like? And obviously it's not like it's not going to cover every single thing.
Yeah.
I'm covering the things that I know about at this point. Like I can only do as good as I know. So
Volume one. Volume
yeah,
one.
I've had to work a lot with like this isn't going to be perfect. It's okay.
Yeah, just put it out there.
But
Just
I
put
Yeah.
it
think
out.
that's better than some books where they act like they know everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's like you're this is where I'm at right now, and this is what I know about things right now. And that could change, but
Yeah.
this can help you now. And then in a
I,
year I'll tell you what I what I know then.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I do feel like that's better because then people are like, "Ooh, what else is she gonna say?"
She doesn't know.
To be continued.
She
To
won't
be continued. TBC, ladies and gentlemen.
know.
TBC.
Exactly.
I
So
love it.
are you doing Amazon has like a publishing thing, right? Are you going to do that or are you just trying to do it all yourself?
I'm gonna do that. And like I'll have two options. It'll be like the one with all the pictures and the fun stuff because Kindle you have to like it can't have pictures. It has to just be like
Mm,
it's on the
yeah.
page.
Oh, just the words. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to take a step back for a minute on that one because I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Cannot do this again. So I'm gonna fix up the table of contents for the PDF version, and then that can be like for sale, and I can just like send it per, and then I'll do the Kindle Unlimited one on Amazon.
Cool.
I mean, that's so
Exciting.
exciting, Erin. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
I had to
It
go
is.
through the worst of things to get here. Literally,
Literally
worst.
survived. Literally survived my life. Reborn. I'm so excited. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
So
We're
where
we're
does
ready. We're ready for the
yeah.
book.
So where does it all feel tied together like the book, what you're doing for work? Does it feel like you're starting a new journey or is it just kind of what you've been doing but like putting it into words or is it all kind of tied together in like a new direction or if
I
that makes
will,
sense?
yeah, I will say that as much as I love body work, I mean, it's been, like I said, 20 years. I know realistically I can't do it forever. And I actually used to teach Pilates. So
Hmm.
eventually the goal is like move all the way into the nervous system work. And this is like five years down the road, probably. Like step away from massage eventually, move into the nervous system work, and then do Pilates as well because I can add that together now.
Add it in. That's amazing. That's a very good mesh, I feel like, of two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's exciting. So we're gonna need to know when the book is completed.
Oh, I have one more thing. I have one more thing I wanted to
Oh,
say.
Oh
we
yeah.
are we're
Yeah.
not in a rush, girl.
Yeah.
We want all the info.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do these like there's somebody else that I know that actually she does Pilates online classes. They're super cheap, but it's like a big audience. She does them for like $5. So I know but
Oh
it's
my
just like mesh
gosh.
in your room, right?
Yeah.
So it gave me the idea because so many people need this type of work. And it's just like not there for them to know what to do with it, or it's just like really weirdly obscure and there's like weird stuff that they add in with it. So we're
Okay.
not going to do any of that, none of the weird stuff. And so what I'm planning to do is to do like 20 to 30-minute like classes and do several of them per week and do like nervous system resets. And it'll just be like
Hmm.
Oh,
or do like one price for the month or whatever, but just to have available. And I want to do one for kids and then like one for adults, obviously. But
I
it's,
love it.
yeah.
That is a fantastic idea.
So
Yeah,
you
just,
don't yeah, so you don't need like not need, but there are things you can do sort of like the Wim Hof method that you can do on your own that can help you maybe
absolutely.
not break through things, but or maybe, but at least like do things that are to better yourself in the same vein with your nervous system.
Can you give us an example without ruining your book's reveal?
Yeah.
Anything that you are doing intentionally for yourself. Like even if you're going on a walk and you're like, on my walk, I'm gonna feel peaceful at the end of my walk. Like I'm gonna make this a walk where I notice things that are really beautiful and whatever. That in itself can help heal your nervous system. You're
Mm.
giving it a goal to work toward and you're telling it to look
Uh,
for things. So now it's your brain activates this thing called the reticular activating system, where it will start looking for reasons why you're going to have peace on your walk.
oh, wow. That is fascinating.
Yeah.
So it's like intention.
Yeah. And it sounds like silly, but it really intention is so important to your nervous system.
Okay. Okay. Whoa, that's pretty mind blowing.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's so simple. It's the simple little nuanced things that change you, and then all of a sudden you wake up one day and you're like,
I feel
I
so
feel
much
different.
better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it with what you do and the nervous system and all that, is it always trauma related, or could it be like, or even, or is like sciatic issues trauma, or can it just be sciatic issues? And then do you work with those too, or is it like a totally separate thing?
I mean, it can be it can be like you hurt yourself and now you're really tight, and being really tight triggers you to feel bad about yourself, and feeling bad about yourself triggers you to feel really tight. So it's kind of like, this cycle that we have a hard time breaking out of.
Mm.
So like
Would it
if you
also affect your behavior too?
Mhm.
Like if you went through that scenario again, which I think is proves how good you are that you just made that connection that quickly. So if you, where did you start it with? Oh, if you feel pain,
Mhm.
if you're having a pain and
Mhm.
you can't do something, you can't function the normal way, then you feel bad about yourself. Then you feel like a failure. Then you start drinking more, or then
Right.
you start acting out. You start like having emotional dysregulation, or you're crying more often. Am I
I've got
getting
something
there?
to say.
Why are you pointing at me?
Ready? Ready? How did you know? I'm coming back to it. It's my
What are you
favorite.
talking about?
Jake's just lost and confused the whole time.
Guys, the Wi-Fi is going bad. I have to
You guys are
go.
breaking up.
Guys, we have to delete everything. I just realized I wasn't recording.
So, this is one of my favorite things, my other favorite thing. All the things.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Um,
Oh, don't be sorry.
Oh,
I
we're
love it.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm unapologetically telling you all the things. There's two types of nerve pathways. So, 80% of your nerve pathways in your body go from your body to your brain. So anything that your body picks up, any message that it's giving your brain, 80% of how we feel is from your body.
Okay.
20% of how we feel is the brain down to the body. So if the body's picking up some weird stuff, or if the body's like tight and tense, it's sending that to your brain like, hey, something's wrong. And
Oh,
the brain decides what that information means to it. So
okay. Okay.
Is your brain right most of the time, or is it wrong most of
no,
the time?
Oh no, it's
that's why you
wrong.
yeah, that's why you have to separate the story, because the body's picking up all this information and you have to reprocess through, like, does this information actually mean I'm in danger? Is my butt cheek squeezing my sciatic nerve mean that I am about to die? Or does it just mean that my body is trying to work through something? Whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, oh,
It's only 20% the story we tell about it. And then how to get out of that rumination and like
ooh.
thought spiral is you have to be in the body instead.
So, okay, can you give another example of what that would look like? Like as an example, at night, like I mean, Jake and Chelsea know about this, and I think I told you too, Erin, that I've been waking up. I think I told everybody because I've complained about it
Somebody
so
help
much.
me.
Can someone help me? Um, so I've been waking up from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, or an hour or the other way.
Right.
And so, and we've been talking about, like, me and Chelsea have talked about it so many times. So I get on ChatGPT at
Perfect.
3:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm awake again. What should I do? And it's like, you need to eat protein. I'm like, okay. So I've been doing that for weeks. Like, what is it? So we were like, well, then finally, like last night, it was better. It was a little bit better because I think it's starting to analyze, like, it's not those things. I am eating enough protein.
Now
I
your
am.
body's like, it's 4 a.m. Have you had a chicken tender?
Sponsored by
What it
McDonald's.
feels
You're gonna
like.
get like start getting McDonald's ads on your chat
Yeah.
GPT.
Hey, girl. A Coke sure would be nice.
Back.
And so it's like annoying because I went to the doctor and they were like, we're going to put you on Zoloft. And then the next time you come back, then we'll do blood work. And I was like, no. So now I just have a random prescription for Zoloft in the cubby for no reason because I was so annoyed. I went and just got it and left.
Mm. So then what's your opinion of SSRIs and stuff like that when it comes to what you do? Do you try to get people off of them or do you?
No, I mean, like I was saying before I went on it, I found that what I have found is that if that is a tool that you need to use to like get yourself up out of whatever hole you're in, 100%, please do that. Like, please care for your mental health. Sometimes, like, sniffing a dandelion isn't enough. Like, we're
We
so,
need a little more help.
yeah, like, give me the hard stuff. Like, let's go.
Is that in your book?
Yeah.
It's under the chapter
Yep.
called What If?
Chapter 3.
What
What
if
if
it
you
didn't
tried?
work?
Have you tried cocaine?
Have you tried hard drugs?
What about
Have you the truth about hard drugs?
no, let me not. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, let me not. I do think that it is valuable. I think that if I would have had the tools that I have now back then, it would have been made a world of difference instead
Mm,
of feeling like I was hopelessly dying over and over.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so interestingly, I have fear that I've had to work through my whole life. And like I woke up in the middle of the night just like paralyzed with fear and I had to go lay on the bathroom floor. Like I have a really irrational fear of vomiting, which is super annoying.
Mm.
So, so annoying.
Super annoying.
Super
Super.
annoying. You could not even imagine. And I'm like sleeping and then I just wake up and I was like, what if I was just throwing up over and over? And like I my body was like trembling and I was sweating and my heart was racing and I had to go lay on my floor and like do some I had to do some of my exercises to like calm myself down. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because your body will wake you up and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, what do I need right now?
Well, that's what chat keeps saying now is that my cortisol levels are through the roof and that I need to put my feet up against the wall and I need to breathe and do breathing, box breathing, which that's the only thing that's ever really helped
Hmm.
besides I guess going to a doctor and doing a bunch of blood work and them being like, yeah, that's what's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already know.
I already knew it.
Thank you.
So would it be beneficial to like come to the Carolinas and have you massage that out?
I
Like a
mean,
retreat.
Yeah, like a retreat.
oh my goodness. Um,
Jake and I are ready for your retreat announcement.
We're gonna come in like matching uniforms,
Yeah.
little ball caps, and
Yeah.
shorts.
Hi.
like shows up
Reporting
Hi.
for duty.
adorable.
Adorable.
I would say, I mean, like we can meet online like this,
Yeah.
or you can get body work. Not to say that you can't come see me, but that feels like a really long drive.
And once the book comes out, good luck getting a hold of her.
Oh my God.
Very famous.
Good luck getting a hold
Like,
of her is actually needs to be on a sweatshirt.
you like
Once the
see her,
book
you're like,
comes
hey,
out,
Erin. She just signs your forehead and doesn't look at you.
yeah.
No, and they're not, they're like, what?
Like what?
Hi.
I know you.
Like Erin, it's me,
Me.
Melissa. Wait, who? Oh no,
Who?
sorry. I'm not doing interviews anymore.
I don't know.
I would love that. Okay, so we could do like a Zoom something. And like if people are listening and they're like, I feel like I could do like I could benefit from that, then they could do a Zoom something.
Absolutely. And like I said, I'm going to have the nervous system reset classes throughout the week. It's just
Okay.
a moment trying to figure out the timing of it with my schedule
Yeah.
because not everybody's available at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. So
Yeah. Well, they
working,
better make themselves available
they got this coming up.
if they want to unite.
You want any of this?
If you want some of this, you need to get available on Tuesday.
If
Here's
only
get tos.
everybody listening could see this.
This
I
is
know.
they get
For
you
everyone
got to get on
listening, this
YouTube.
isn't going to make sense, but
Right, you got to get on YouTube and watch,
yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna
and
try
then
to
they'll know.
ask for the like image for the episode. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to ask AI to try to make an image of two. Yeah.
Yeah, just take a
The-
picture of you doing
yeah,
that.
exactly.
yeah,
You're a nerd.
totally normal.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Does trauma stack or does it spread out in the body?
Ooh, that was a good
Thank
question.
you. All right.
Ooh,
Well, nice to see
Jake!
everyone.
Oh
I'm gonna head
my
out.
goodness! Oh my
I,
good.
generally, what I find is you'll meet people in layers. So yeah, I guess you could say it kind of stacks. I can actually tell when I'm working on somebody when they have been doing like inner work because their body and the way it responds to the work will feel different.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like very bizarre, but it's, you work slow enough, you can feel it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you do. I mean, you're passionate about it. You're gonna know. Yeah, you
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
You're gonna know what's up.
Every
When do we schedule the retreat?
we do it.
I would love that. That would be so cool. But yeah, I want to know about when you're gonna do the weekly things too. I think Jake and I should do one for the pod.
It'd be
Like
great.
volume 2, coming in hot, book is released. We join, we
Just
talk about it.
we did it.
We did it. That would be
I like
awesome.
That's just the cover of my book is my two
It's
hands.
just you like this.
Glasses on.
What
Yeah.
would you could like as like a parting or like um something that you think like is there something that you always tell people or something that you feel like most people don't know that they should know or like a message that you feel like people need to hear?
Okay, number one is that you can feel different. Like you don't have to be stuck in whatever emotional pain you're having or mental pain or like you just can feel different because a lot of people feel really stuck.
Mhm.
And then number two, that the sensations that you're having make sense. And most likely, if you tell me what they are, I'll be like, yeah, it's X, Y, and Z. It
Mm,
happens to so many people. Um,
okay.
and I think that might be it. It
But you
makes,
can feel different. Like you don't need to be stuck.
yeah,
Hmm.
you can feel different and it makes sense that you're feeling how you're feeling.
Okay.
And if you want number 3, buy my
You
book.
have to buy the ebook.
Yeah.
Well, this was great. This was super informative and
It was.
nice
Thank you
conversation.
so
You
much,
got through
Erin.
it. It wasn't that bad, right?
Oh, I did sweat a lot.
Well, it's hot out. If it's hot in New York, I'm sure it's hot in North Carolina.
Surely is. It's like a swamp.
Yeah, and
It is like 100 degrees out right
yeah,
now.
and I turned the air conditioning off because it's too loud, so it's just getting warmer and warmer,
Stop.
darker and darker.
That's why Jake's like, we gotta call it because it'll
Well,
be at 500 degrees.
yeah, I'm about to melt. No,
Your wife's actually just passed out.
She's not napping.
she
She's
laughed
gone.
though. She laughed at that. So she's awake.
Okay. She's awake.
She has a pulse.
Coherent sentences. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense. You're okay.
Well, I
You
feel
can
like
feel
there's.
different.
Well, I
Oh
feel
my
like
God.
there's a second episode here down the road with everything you have going.
I do too. I feel
The
like it's
book is
really
exciting.
exciting.
I think
Yeah, the book
something
is
about
so
a book
exciting.
is like not it's like the hardest of things, it seems like. If you're like creative or if you're like have things to say or do, like a book is like the biggest hurdle.
I'm here to tell you it was the worst.
But did you enjoy it though at the same time?
I was proud of myself that I got it done, and that's it. Because I needed people to like understand stuff. So yeah, I did enjoy it, I guess, in that way.
Did you feel like
Uh,
you got out what you wanted to say, or do you feel like you just scratched the surface on that?
Probably scratch the surface. It feels more of like not like a beginner's book, but like it's for people who have never done this before. Like, what is this?
Hmm.
Is somatic? What is
I
nerve?
love that.
We should do a book club when her book comes out
About somatic
and get
work.
everyone to read her book.
Yeah, and
What
then
you really need to read after Erin's book is that book Burnout.
ooh, yeah.
Burnout.
That one is very hard hitting. It's very much like in the same vein as what Erin's talking about, like that your body is going to react if you do not get it together.
Going to give up.
All right.
It's going to give up the ghost.
Well, the summer of freaking trauma books.
Actually, you could just do solely, this is the summer of trauma books.
Summer of trauma. There's the name of the episode.
So the summer of trauma.
Summer
Your
of trauma.
body keeps the
Summer.
score.
Your body
Erin's
keeps
book.
the
What's
score.
the title of your
Yeah,
book?
what's the title?
It's called The Healing Handbook.
The Healing Handbook.
I love that.
You
It's
got to
more
do that
like
on the cover then.
yeah. It's more like information that's really important and then like work part.
Okay.
At the end of every episode, we suggest songs
Okay.
for a massive playlist that's
It's huge.
hours and hours long. So, do you have any
Okay.
songs that you would want to put on the playlist?
Oh God.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Paul Big Thief.
Paul by Big Thief.
Love.
I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do I love the specials, and that's like our Sunday go-to.
Your
So,
Sunday specials.
Sunday specials. I'm gonna do Gangsters.
Think of the song that I want because I really like it and I can't think of. Oh, I know what it is. It's called Ease Up Kid by Hippocampus.
Ease Up.
Oh
Kid by
my
Hip-
gosh.
All right,
I love it.
it's on the mix.
It's
Game.
on the mix, baby. Woo!
Nice
Hey.
to meet you. That was great. That was a fun pod. We're back.
I'm gonna pass away promptly.
We say
I
we say
loved
we're
it.
back. I think this is our fourth.
Yeah.
We're back this year because we keep.
Yeah, we keep having interruptions and then we're like, we're back.
We're back
That's
just
what
just in time for summer break.
No kidding.
I
All right,
will-
Erin, I love you.
Bye. Nice to meet you. Talk to you soon.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye.